Ladies and gentlemen, this is OneWrestling.com, and if you don't know who I am, well, I am the reporter, the people, the man on the plan, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some Monday Night Raw and Smackdown live today. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we jump in, we go from April, and we jump into the month of May. May the 4th be with you, but it's not the 4th yet, it's just the 1st, depending on when you're watching this video. Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by my tag team partner and my co-host here for Smacktalk, the one and the only Mr. Ric Vickery. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, you know, it's me. It's the art of the B to the V. Ray, I'm glad you're finally getting it right here, but, man, I'm sitting out here on a beautiful night in Cleveland, Ohio. This city is buzzing. You know, we're coming off a playoff. The game is still going on. We're hoping to get a lead up here. Man, this place is awesome. What a fun environment to be around and to talk a little wrestling with one of my best friends. Man, I love it.
So the Cleveland Cavaliers, they just won. They won last night, right?
Well, we advanced on Sunday. We beat the Pacers. Now we're in round 2. We're playing the Raptors. As you and I are recording this right now, man, I'm looking over my shoulder. It's a full bar over here. It is. Everyone out there has got to know from me a little bit. I work in marketing, hospitality marketing. This is one of the things I got. Man, we've got a packed house around here. People are ecstatic about this. The land is representing. It's just a fun night. But you know what? Everything has to pause to talk a little wrestling.
You know who the New York Knicks are playing right now?
You guys are maybe measuring up a draft pick. Well, hey, how about this? Could LeBron come home? Could not come home. Could he go to New York next year? How much cap space you got?
We got a ton of cap space, and I know this isn't a basketball thing, but here's the thing. First and foremost, we got to find a head coach, which we should have this week. And then secondly, LeBron James, that is the needle in the haystack. That is the fantasy. I don't believe it'll ever happen here in New York. But if LeBron James brings a world championship here to New York, brother, forget about it. That guy he's already a billionaire. He's going to be a billionaire where he is.
Well, you know, I have to say, you know, he's talking about leaving Cleveland now. There's, you know, like LA's on the market. I really don't feel that. I feel you guys in New York, man. What better place if the King's going to take his talent somewhere? I hate to see him leave Northern Ohio, but if it happens, I hope you get it, brother.
Well, last time he took it to freaking South Beach is what it is. Hey, listen, guys, ladies and gentlemen, again, you can give me a follow on Twitter at Big Ray Show. You can give this gentleman a follow on Twitter at the real RBV. I keep getting it backwards, RVB, because the whole RVD gimmick. But listen, guys, we have a lot to talk about. Ton of a lot. Is that even right? It doesn't matter. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. By the way, I was on a video the other day with my good friend General Jerry. If you guys don't know who he is, just type in General Jerry with a G. And the Wrestling Jesus. That was actually quite interesting, a lot of fun. So if you guys want to look up that video, it's probably the latest video he has. So take a look at that. My brother from across the pond and my friend from Canada, and he's right around Quebec. He is a French Canadian. And speaking about Canada and speaking about being French Canadian, Monday Night Raw, brother, emanated from Quebec, Canada.
Ray, I'm just telling you right now, man. The reason I'm kind of people see me kind of anchoring down, I can see Canada from here. I can see it. I'm looking over the lake. I can see Canada.
You can see what part of Canada can you see?
Probably the worst part, because
what's the worst part of Canada?
Well, it's all the worst part because they don't even let me in their country. Me and Jim Cornette are not allowed in there.
That is a story for another day. We'll talk about that during the Hami Media discussion. By the way, I just want to welcome all the friends and fans and family from One Wrestling Video, OneWrestling.com, friends from Hami Media. Thank you for joining us here, guys. We love you guys. Please leave all your comments here below, or again, you know, hit us up on Twitter if you guys want to see something next week. If you want us to maybe change the show around or anything like that. Listen, let's jump right into Raw really quickly. And again, this is more of a Raw recap and a Smackdown review. So we're just going to touch base on some of the most important things. Let's jump off with the Roman Reigns gimmick there. How he throws Brock Lesnar under the bus. And he says, you know, Brock Lesnar, again, I know what the WWE is trying to do. And by the way, it is extremely hot. It's like 80 degrees in New York City today. And I have to turn my air conditioner off. So I'm going to be sweating profusely during this video. So because I turn that damn thing on, it sounds like a friggin' airplane's flying through my apartment here.
Well, I actually think you're sweating because you're going to have to put over WWE here. But you know what, this week is there's been so many events, and they're trying to get a lot done. We got to give them a little pass. They've done some business this week. It was good programming.
I got to tell you something. I did not know that Backlash was this weekend, so I got to figure something out. Maybe I'll do a quick, maybe a live prediction show tomorrow. I don't know if you're available. If you're not, it's cool. I can run it solo. I've done that before. But what are you doing tomorrow afternoon? You busy?
Well, here's going to say, I'm always willing to jump in on that, but I do want to plug anyone out there listening to us. It's so great to be on the One Wrestling video platform. But if you want to join in, like share your picks, you want to do something there, head on over to Facebook, get into the Hamimi discussion group. We've got our Pick'em Challenge. We do this all year. It's a running tally. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great wrestling minds. But essentially, each big show, you pick your winners and you rank how confident you are on them. I'd love to see new people jumping in with us.
I've never done that before. Maybe I'll do that this time around. I'm always
you actually did it one time because we had the Superstar Challenge where you and Ben were taking on our tag team champs at the Royal Rumble. So you have done it once, but
did I win? I don't even.
I actually think it went downhill for you, brother.
Oh damn! All right, well that's fine. Well, speaking about going downhill, Roman Reigns was trying to get over with the crowd in Montreal, and that didn't work. Braun Strowman was super over. Raw. He comes out. That was pretty awesome. But I got to tell you something. Let's talk about the reception that Sami Zayn. Forget about Sami Zayn. He got a great reception. But my God, Kevin Owens got a huge reception. Let's talk about the crowd really quickly for Monday Night Raw in Montreal for both nights. Super hot crowd, brother.
Oh, you know what? They actually adds to the show. They weren't the overbearing crowd sometimes that you see. They just added the excitement. But you're talking about Cammy. Well, of course you're going to be over. That's their hometowns.
Sure. Why not? Oh, that's all you got to say?
No, that's all I got, man. No, that's all. Of course, you're going to be over. It's their hometowns. You know?
Well, but listen, you know what's funny? The transcendent person in this whole gimmick here, in this whole match, is Braun Strowman. This guy, as much as the WWE wants Brock Lesnar, as much as WWE wants Roman Reigns to be the face of this company, as much as they want him to be the face of Raw, Braun Strowman is the face of Monday Night Raw. He is the face of the company. He is a guy that's gotten over generically. I guess that's the great, to steal a little gimmick from El Generico, formerly, now he's Sami Zayn. But I mean, it's just amazing how much this guy gets over. And he gets over for all the right reasons. He's big, he's strong, he's charismatic, he's fast. And he beats people up. People love that dude. That's a wrestler.
Well, we're sitting here talking about all the amazing things that Braun Strowman's doing, but I want to throw something at you here, Big Ray.
What's that?
Because I know you guys been covering this on Impact Tag. You've been talking about this for months. There is kind of that elephant in the room. What is happening here with Bobby Lashley?
Oh, man. All right, we'll talk about Bobby Lashley really quickly. What's happening with him is nothing. He is a sidebar. He is just another guy in the roster. When again, I've said this 1,000 times. The guy is 14-2, maybe 20-2. I don't even know what the hell his MMA career is, but he's had a really good career. Fighting MMA for Bellator. The guy should have been in the UFC. Should have got a Bellator championship fight, but it never happened. Okay, so he comes back to WWE to sign a full-time contract, and the WWE doesn't even, he's an All-American, he's a wrestler, he did this and did that. Never mentioned the fact that this guy is a dominant killer. His finisher was the Dominator. I mean, this guy is the Dominator. He is Bobby freaking Lashley. He is one of the most, if not the most legit guy. And I got to be honest with you, one-on-one in the shoot with Brock Lesnar, I would love to see that, man. And I won't be so surprised if Bobby Lashley goes over. I think his striking game is much more crisp, much stronger than Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar may be a little stronger. I don't know, man. Bobby Lashley is just a wasted talent, brother, at this point in juncture, and they always do this. I'm sorry.
What do you think? They're just like, it's almost like going back to the Hardys last year. Like, we got this shiny toy. You should just like it. We're going to run it out here. They're not really utilizing the potential of this great talent that they have. They don't even mention, there's a couple things they don't mention. His most notable thing in his past was Donald Trump. They're not going to bring that up.
No.
They don't even bring it up. They're not even going to bring up that he is an Army Ranger. They don't bring up that he is an MMA, he's a two-sport athlete, because that belongs to someone else. They are so missing the boat. They're just hoping that like guys like us smarks are just going to gravitate towards it, and they're almost burying him before he has a chance to run.
It's ridiculous. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, again, we are going to review Smackdown 5/1/2018. We're just going to quickly recap Raw, talk a little bit about that, because, you know, is Backlash going to be a dual pay-per-view, a dual brand pay-per-view?
Well, it is, unless you're in the country of Saudi Arabia or the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, because it cuts your commercial. But this is a dual program.
Okay.
There's a lot of cool things there, and we've been talking off air. Big Ray and I, we're going to hook up. We're going to do like a little review, preview, get you hyped up for this thing going into that thing.
Sure.
But like you said, man, we're talking a little Raw and jumping into SmackDown.
All right. Why don't we run into the whole Elias thing? We have Elias. You know, he comes and play a song, and he does the usual, you know, the introductory thing. Bobby Roode comes out. It's absolutely glorious. Here's another guy. Bobby Roode. Let's talk about this. So Bobby Roode, Elias, actually technically wins this match due to a stoppage from the referee. Bobby Roode's throat, I guess, hits the not the turnbuckle, maybe the turnbuckle or the post or whatever. But this is another guy, Bobby Roode, a multi-time TNA champion, and people are gonna laugh. Oh, TNA, the guy made a damn name for himself. He was basically one of the faces of TNA moving forward. They bring him over to WWE. The guy was an elite heel in NXT. Then you bring him over, you make him a baby face, and now he's getting choked out by the freaking ring ropes, and he loses matches. And I don't think Bobby Roode should be in a feud with a guy like Elias, because you know Elias is going over, because Elias is the shiny new toy. He is the guy that WWE really wants to push. So I don't know, Bobby Roode, did they bring him up just to be an enhancement talent for guys like Elias? What do you think, bro? I don't know. And
you brought this up. You were talking about, you know, what really is his ceiling? You know, what? And I kind of argued with you about that. I hope there was better, but I think you might be right. You know, he might just be an enhancement at this point.
Damn.
Because we're looking at other people, but you know, really right now, is there another shilling for him? I mean, he's a great talent, but I mean, what you represent with him, I think it's better with EC3. You're going to have to bring him up. I think your best route with Bobby Roode is someone please call James Storm and get beer money. Get beer money in WWE programming. Let them go with the AOP or any tag team.
Absolutely.
Let them run. And you know this. You followed those guys from the very beginning.
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%, dude. We've been touting the fact that WWE should be calling Cowboy James Storm, and you know, I think it's around the corner. Don't quote me on this. I got to do some digging this week. I'm going to find out. By next week, I'll know for sure. I'm going to do some digging, okay? And you know, when I report something, it's not bullshit, okay? I report straight up, all right? And here's the deal. I'm going to find out if the WWE has, in fact, contacted Cowboy James Storm. Now, just using social media, looking at the naked eye, seeing what's going on, he's been off of TV for some time. This guy is in phenomenal shape. He's in the best shape. I'm talking about Cowboy James Storm. He is in the best shape I've ever seen him in. So his body looks WWE ready. You know, his persona is WWE ready. The guy got a huge pop when he came over to NXT for that short period of time. I think it's just a matter of time for the Cowboy James Storm to say sorry about your damn luck. Bring that over to WWE. Go ahead, Rick.
Well, let me ask you something here. I mean, how hot do you think a program would be between beer money and AOP?
Well,
or even like Revival, or even Hardy and Bray.
Awesome. But you know, speaking of AOP, you know, they win this squash match against these two kids from Canada, apparently, allegedly. I don't know, but don't know if they were really from Canada. Don't know if they're really French Canadian. Maybe they do the whole French Canadian gimmick. But gotta tell you something, man. Those guys need an effing manager. They need a manager. They need somebody to talk for them, because this promo that Akam and Rakem and whatever the hell these guys' names are, I gotta tell you something, man. That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I didn't understand half of what they said. They were too pumped up in the ring. They were yelling into the mic, which is cool. I mean, the monsters yell, but there's a difference. See, when the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, spoke, they yelled, but they were you can understand what they were saying. Well, tell him, Hawk. You know, I mean, it worked out. But those guys had an elite manager. I'm talking about the Road Warriors. And funny, same manager, Paul Ellering, was their manager. Have no idea why the hell they didn't bring Paul Ellering back up to the WWE with them. I think they need a mouthpiece. And maybe they'll come to a point in juncture where AOP finds themselves getting just right there. And they can't go any further. Like they keep how can I say this? they'll get to that championship level and they will never win the big one. And who comes in to save the day? Maybe Paul Ellering. Maybe he comes in and guides them to the WWE Tag Team Championship. What do you think, buddy?
Yo, I'm going to go back up. Maybe you forgot about what you mentioned 2 weeks ago when we started this grand venture. And also this grand venture. Thank you to everyone that's been out there. Big Ray, since I've jumped on board with you over here at One Wrestling Video, man, well, we've been around 40,000 people that have watched us, listened to us.
Yeah.
I mean, that is simply amazing to me.
Pretty cool, man.
And you brought me on this grand adventure. But I remember you talking about this the first week. You talked about how cool would it be if Ellering went back to NXT and found a new tag team.
Yeah.
And brought them back up to teach these guys something for leaving him.
Sure.
I'm thinking like a War Machine or somewhere along that lines. Maybe something we don't even know, like a TM61, something like that. But I think that's the way to go. There's a great story to be told. But I do agree with you. There is something. It's almost like you don't leave Vega out. You bring the recipe that makes it successful. You don't leave something out.
You got some good Wi-Fi there, by the way. You're outside, right?
I am.
Not bad. I mean, you break up every once in a while, just a tidbit. Not too bad, brother. I got to be honest. That's some good Wi-Fi there.
I apologize for it. Like I said,
no, you don't have to apologize. You're fine.
No, just our listeners and all that. We're out here. I live on the North Shore of Ohio. I work in hospitality marketing. Cavaliers are running wild right now. The game's probably just ending. I don't know what the finish is out there. I had to jump on here because there's one thing that I love every week. It's being on with Big Ray here at OneWrestlingVideo.com or on YouTube. Man, this is where I love to be. But I got the mark job that pays the bills here. People are loving stuff in here. It's just a fun atmosphere, and man, we're like at 70 degrees, a great breeze. We're sitting right on the lake.
I got to tell you something. Right now, it's 105-105 with 18.5 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
See, here we go. There we go. It might go to overtime. Hopefully, it goes to overtime when we're talking about it.
All right. Well,
we still got Smackdown to go.
Yeah, we still got Smackdown. We're gonna run through this really quickly. We have Seth Rollins who gets on there, man, and the people were showing so much love. I don't know if they were showing so much love to Seth Rollins, or they just really wanted to hear themselves cheer. But they were going in, and I don't mind a crowd like this. I know some people get upset, because the crowds, they just basically are there to put themselves over and to cheer and ole, ole, ole. But you know what? For this, I'll let it pass. It brought an electricity to the TV screen that I miss, man. I don't see that. I used to see electricity like that every single Monday night for Raw and Nitro, but not anymore. But anyway, goes on with Finn Balor and everything like that. They go back and forth. Then I got to tell you something. The whole Miz Taraj thing was absolutely hilarious when they came out with the T-shirts. I thought that was pretty cool. They want to be the new Four Horsemen. Do you think there'd be any future with the Miz and the Entourage? And I mean, not the Miz and the Entourage, but Finn Balor, Seth Rollins. Where do you see this going, brother?
Well, like I say each and every week out, you've got Axel and Bo Dallas. Those guys, they do everything right. They are the guilty pleasures of mine. Man, they're so good.
Sure.
You know what? They're so good what they do. I mean, I hope that maybe I would still love to see them get a little serious push and maybe go challenge Bray and Hardy in some awesome angle where they don't even really acknowledge that Bo and Bray are brothers. But it's just like fourth wall kind of thing. I think they could pull it off. These guys are amazing. Speaking though to the Intercontinental Championship situation, it's a slow burn.
Sure.
I'm just kind of tired of seeing these guys wrestle on television. Let's save it. Let's get to a best of 7 series or something like that, or just stop giving it away.
Sure, we can do that. Oh, by the way, the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors are going to overtime. So I figured I'd keep you updated since you're doing me the favor and coming on here, man. I know you want to see that game. We're going to run through this quickly. Ruby Riott versus Sasha Banks. Not much to talk about. Ruby Riott goes over there. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see what else we got there. Ah, wonderful. The Bray Wyatt and Broken Bray and the Woken Matt Hardy segment. Really digging those guys, man. More and more I'm falling in love with them as a tag team. I like what they're doing, man, and I like that they've become the Deleter of Worlds. Great name for that damn tag team, brother. Your thoughts?
It's something unique. It's something special. It's something different. I just think, pull them out of the ring. Keep them away. Less is more with those guys, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We missed talking about the whole Titus O'Neil, Baron Corbin segment backstage, which is going to lead to this next match. But yeah, we can continue talking really quickly about the Hardys and Wyatt. Again, I wanted to come to a point. By the way, I popped when they had the Hardys on the moon and the Hardys at the whole gimmick when George Washington is crossing the Delaware River. I love that. I think it would have been funnier. And again, I'm not putting it down. But, if they would have used some type of CGI gimmick where they put them actually, where it looks like they were walking around in World War III, you know what I'm saying? Or World War II. Oh, my God, World War III, am I predicting? World War I or World War II, or have them at the great speech for Martin Luther King and stuff. That would have been cool. Have them all in black and white. That would have been a hell of a lot of fun. But I love this, man. They're going back, the whole teleportation stuff. They're really getting into this whole broken universe. And, where I thought it would fail, man, I think they're getting over, brother. And I want them on an expedition of gold. And I want them not just to win the Raw tag team titles. I want them to go to SmackDown and win those tag team titles and have all titles, all gold. Anyway, what do you think, Rick?
You know what? I love your idea of going back to the expedition of gold. But you know what I'd really love to see? Remember Southpaw Wrestling?
Of course. Love Southpaw Wrestling.
So what if he just took the whole WWE universe into another, created his own, where everyone comes down to the compound and creates his own show? Maybe it's something like Lucha Underground, something like where it's just the mind of Hardy. You got Jeremy Boris there happening, helping with all that. I think that would be gold. And take it back where it airs on the network Saturday mornings at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., like a Challenge and Superstars when you and I were growing up.
I would love to hear what you guys think out there, guys. Please leave your comments here below. Ric Vickery has a really good mind for professional wrestling. This guy has some great ideas. That's why I brought him on. I'm just kind of stooging you off there. Listen, Rick, we're gonna move really quickly. Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, versus Jinder Mahal, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. This could have been the main event anywhere. The crowd was super duper freaking hot. Every time Bobby Lashley got in the ring, silence. Every time Roman Reigns got in the ring, boos. Every time Jinder Mahal got in the ring, silence. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, super pop. Braun Strowman got a super pop. Braun Strowman, actually, Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns win by pinfall via the running power slam on Kevin Owens from what's his name, from Braun Strowman. I was surprised that Braun Strowman went over. I thought somehow KO was going to go over here. I thought he would get the pin here, maybe perhaps over Bobby Lashley, but it didn't happen. The good guys win, brother. What'd you think?
Well, I'm going to go with kind of like you laid it out there. I think your two biggest worries is, we know what happens with Roman anywhere. We actually saw in Saudi Arabia, there was a one more time for an F5. I don't think he's over anywhere in the world. I think the scariest thing is that Bobby Lashley's not over at all, because we talked about it earlier. They're not giving us a reason.
Right.
Your homeboys are going to be there. Cammy's going to be over. They're the home crew.
Yeah,
even a little bit. Ginger's a home guy. He's a Canadian. Everyone knows he's there.
Kayfabe, mom. Kayfabe.
But they know. But here's what is the most telling thing to me.
What's that, buddy?
People are loving Braun all around the globe.
Everywhere.
They love this guy. And Big Ray, you know this. You're an old school guy, just like me. You're dad to the territories. You've been there from when you're just a couple years older than me. We've seen it when we're growing up. Big guys selling this company.
Sure.
Big guys selling this business. And people love that.
Especially talented. Like it's different because you got to let's say you got a guy like Big John Studd. In my opinion, was terrible in the freaking ring. This guy was terrible. A guy like Giant Gonzalez. Oh my God, probably one of the worst. I can go on and on with people who absolutely sucked who are big. Let's be honest, man. Kevin Nash, not really the best worker in the ring, but a guy like Braun Strowman, now Andre the Giant that's separate. That's different.
Well, and a lot of people didn't even realize they didn't see Andre when he used to do drop kicks and things like that.
Absolutely.
He actually was Braun Strowman before people realized that.
Good point, dude. I was going to mention that. Go ahead, man. Keep on.
Well, you keep rolling because you've studied up here. I want to throw at you. Who's some of those big men? Because you and I, we love the traditional style. Who's some of those big guys that really wowed you as a kid?
All right, so one of the big guys, not tall-wise, but just like huge and like I thought it was amazing, was Big Van Vader. I was a huge Vader fan.
Oh, yes, sir.
Vader should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. I don't know when, but that guy was just absolutely awesome growing up. Let me think off the top of my head. Let me see. Not too many big guys. You know what's funny? I didn't really like, well, everybody was enormous and huge back in the day, but I guess you would have to go with a guy like The Undertaker. Undertaker's always been super athletic, amazing in the ring, very good, man. Big men are very tough to come by, to go over. Again, Kevin Nash was terrible. I can't really think of any really good big guys.
I'm going to throw out, man. I love that you talked about Vader there. If we're just talking about people that really didn't have to show a lot, like these ... guys now. How about Earthquake?
You know what? Hey, let me tell you something.
And then Fred Ivan, that natural disasters. Those guys were very athletic for their size.
You know something, man? Typhoon or Tugboat Thomas was a very underrated guy. That guy could go in the ring, brother.
That's what I'm saying. He could go, and his partner, John Tenta, those both were very athletic guys.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. Good pick there, by the way, brother. Good pick. What about, yeah, I guess we could go. You know who's a guy that I loved a lot? Freaking Big Boss Man. That was another guy who can go.
Oh, man. You're talking about talented all around. And everyone just remembers him for the Big Boss Man gimmick. Man, just Ray Taylor, when he was running the territories with Jim Cornette in his corner, man, you're talking about talent.
Absolutely.
He was like a rookie, and Dusty Rhodes took him under his wings. Like, man, this guy's got it.
Absolutely, I agree. I mean, I honestly do feel that he was just one of the best. And you can go on and on, but let's segue into another big man who's improved a hell of a lot in the ring, to be honest, over the last couple of months, over the last year or so, and it's Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, straight up heel, man. This guy is coming and done a relatively good job. They put him in a program, a weird program with No Way Jose, and No Way Jose wins via. Now look, I'm gonna tell you something. All right, it was funny. Titus O'Neil falling, going under the ring. This is stupid. You come out. All right, I get it. He gets on the ring apron, slips, whoop, falls. Baron Corbin laughs. I hope they don't do this all the time. I had spoken on the Impact Attack. I hope they don't make this a regular thing where Baron Corbin just falls all the time. I mean, not Baron Corbin. I'm sorry. Titus O'Neil is slipping and falling all the time. He's got his T-shirt out. Good for him. The guy's an amazing person. I don't think he's that good in the ring, and he's very charismatic, very well spoken, but he sucks at cutting a promo. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. What do you think?
I really hope you're. You know what? There is a small window to make your merchandise sales. You know me. I'm a merchandise guy. I'm a marketing guy. Hit your market, get it over. Man, this thing only has like a 2-week shelf life. And I did kind of like where they came out and they stopped him and they kind of wiped the floor and all that. But they kind of they laughed at Baron.
Mm-hmm.
I actually hope next week that Baron drags him down and throws him under the ring like that.
That would be funny.
Like a dog.
I had mentioned before to somebody.
Hey, it's what you do?
I had mentioned before to somebody. I was like, dude, why didn't this guy just freaking, if he fell and slipped, why didn't he just keep going into the other side of the ring and just come up, like he was trying to surprise people and I don't know what.
I'm with you, man. If he would have been thinking, just crawl through.
Yeah.
Do the grenade crawl. I'm with you.
I don't know.
I am still working on the impression that the whole thing was a work because I've actually done that before in my life. In my 1997 high school team, we went to the playoffs here in Ohio, the Division I playoffs. We were honored years later back at the high school and all that. We were all at 20. We were all at drinking age at that point. So we had a little thing going on. $250 were on the bar. Who wants to go out there and fall when they introduce us? I said, hey, boys, you know it's me. So it's like the oldest rib. I'm willing to bet they're sitting there like, dude, we're all going to get eliminated here. We don't mean anything. Kofi's got his spot. Someone needs to do something. I bet you he made a couple grand off this.
With 250 is not bad. I mean, I would literally just run without any pants. And with no pants and just my cup and jockstrap over my face. Doesn't take much, bro. I'm just saying.
Well, you do that regularly. If people, anyone listening wants to head over to Facebook and jump on board with the Hobby Media discussion group, Big Ray's always running around with his pants off.
Well, I don't want people to fall in love, please. All right, and enough of that. But anyway, so Baron Corbin loses to No Way Jose because, you know, there was the whole slip and fall gimmick. The guy, Titus O'Neil, falls down, and I don't know where this is going. I think this is just a waste of time. No Way Jose, I don't think that gimmick is going over anytime. So let's speed through this. Mickie James versus Natalya. All right, we got Natalya who wins by pinfall. Cradle. Ronda Rousey comes out. Same old crap of Ronda Rousey. She's not wrestling any matches. She's just coming out and she's being a manager or a friend. I had a feeling, Rick, this was going to be Ronda Rousey's role. She's just going to wrestle during the pay-per-views, maybe once during the go-home show or whatever, and most of the time she'll just be arm candy to most of the women talent. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I really think here they have this for whatever reason they want to have her on television every week. That's not how you go about her because you overexpose her weaknesses. We don't need to see her every week. We don't need to see this. Make her a special attraction like a Brock or something like that. It's okay to show vignettes and things like that. We don't need these little run-ins. And even her facial expressions, she's not there yet. She's not ready to be on that platform.
You like the way she walks down to the ring like a freaking wooden soldier?
I will tell you this, not to sound totally negative on everything we're going here, because we are in like a stopgap program. We're waiting to see what happens Sunday. There is something, though. As we mentioned, you know, I'm out here. I'm at a Cavs event. I had it on television. I had it on the computer. People are looking over. The eyes are drawn to her. People are interested in what she's doing. She looks intimidating. She looks good. She looks freaking amazing. But in our eyes, she should be presented a little different. But eyes are being brought to the product.
I gotta tell you something. One of my very favorite pictures of her is the one where she's pretty much like all in the nude and she's just painted over. I love Ronda. I had a little crush on Ronda Rousey. Gianna Carano. I don't know if you guys remember this name in the world of MMA. She is like my all-time like female kick-ass crush. Google her name, Gianna Carano. She's on Instagram. She is just absolutely beautiful. If any of you young ladies look anything like Gianna Carano, hit me up on Twitter at Big Ray Show. Send me a private message or slide in my DMs, baby.
Well, let me ask you something here, bro. Because you know, people ask, you know, why I like Charlotte. Why am I so hot on my coach of Charlotte?
Why do you like Charlotte? I don't get it.
No, I so respect the work ethic, her build, her body. I love that muscular shape. I love someone that's so dedicated towards that, which I guess is ridiculous on my own. And I wish I had that drive. You know, I'm not a small guy. Hell, I'm 6'4". You know, I'm right around that area.
In the pants, right?
I wish I could get toned like that. And I love someone that's so dedicated. I love her rippedness. I love her dedication. To me, like sculpting her is like the perfect woman. I love ladies that are in there dedicated to something like that.
I feel you, brother. I mean, but Gianna Carano is just fine. Also fine. Anyway, listen, let's get to the main event of this Monday Night Raw because there's so much to talk about. We're running through this. What a freaking main event, dude. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. These guys put together one hell of a match, dude. And Seth Rollins goes over with the blackout. A couple of times during this match, I thought our boy Finn Balor, the Balor Club, who I think might have turned heel. I don't know. I mean, he did attack. We might have failed to mention that he did attack during the whole Miz segment. Seth Rollins, he attacked him from behind. Good guys don't do that. Good guys don't attack people from behind.
Well, I think the club is for everyone, but don't turn your back on it. This thing to me, like I brought up earlier, I think this is going to a best of 7.
Mm-hmm.
Stop giving me this on television.
Okay. Why? This is awesome. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, I am with you here, man. I'm tired of seeing how many times have we saw this on television?
No.
And I love the slow burn. I really love the slow burn. Who can one up each other? And now we really got a twist in the story tonight where Finn was like, you know what? I'm not smiling. You outsmart me or a little trickster thing. Mm-hmm. Now it's real. I did like that part, man. That was great storytelling. Now it's real. So maybe this does take it to the next level, but stop giving me these guys every other week on freaking Monday night.
Where do you think this is going, brother, moving forward? Do you think they're going to give the belt over to, what's his face, Gimmick Jones, Mr. Finn Balor?
I think this is going to be your Intercontinental Championship program going through the summer, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wonder if there's something in the works because, you know, we have Seth Rollins. He is going to defend against Miz on Sunday at Backlash, and we've had the Miztourage trying to talk about things. I wonder if Finn's going to manipulate things here. Are we going to see everyone kind of come into play and make this kind of interesting?
So, again, all right, so all right, I don't want to talk about Backlash right now. You know, we'll save the Backlash talk for the prediction show. So let's hold off on that. We'll jump right into SmackDown, and it is SmackDown 5/1 2018, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Miz, and again, we're coming back from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Let me just double check something really quickly for you because people are going crazy behind you. So I'm assuming that maybe the Cavaliers are up right now. Let's just take a quick look. Wow. Cavaliers won the game 113 to 112 in overtime, ladies and gentlemen. I could give a rat's ass. Anyway.
Hey, we actually they are actually spilling out of the bars here. They're just sitting off the haystacks over here. The place is rocky. You know, the place loves their team. You know, this is what they hang their hats on. You know, they had a great trip. We're hoping for another championship here. I can't beat them down on this, man. It's fun to be a part of it.
LeBron James had 426. Oh no, just 26 points. Anyway, all right. So the Miz is already in the ring, getting some huge cheers from the Montreal crowd. They started chanting for him, but he started talking about Maurice being what was it? Maurice, I took Maurice to Hollywood, blah blah blah. They booed that. You know, he started trying to do. You know what was good about the Miz? The Miz is able to take a crowd that's cheering for him, turn them around and make them boo him. You know who was good at that? Believe it or not, Seth Rollins. When Seth Rollins was a heel, people would cheer for the guy all the time, and he would turn them around and make them really freaking hate them, which was pretty cool. End up, you know, this is Miz TV. Yeah, Jeff Hardy coming in the ring. Anyway, this all ends up with Jeff Hardy getting an RKO out of nowhere. Am I correct?
Well, I would say, you know, a great opening for the Miz. He is one of those guys, like you said. He reminds you that he is a heel. He actually reminds me of my partner over on the Hitting Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast, Michael Jargo. I mean, as much as you want to love him, he'll reel you in and make sure that you hate him. That's what he does for a living. He's so good at that, just like the Miz. But the Miz, you know, people want to cheer for him, want to root for him, but he reminds you he's the bad guy. And he twists every situation he's in. He manipulated this segment.
Yeah, and what did you think of this? I thought the opening segment was really good. I'm not a big fan of opening the show with a lot of talking, but for some reason, when Miz gets on, dude, I'm cool with that. You know, like Miz is just so charismatic, and then you have a guy like Jeff Hardy who is charismatic, doesn't have to talk too much. But then you have Randy Orton coming out. I think it all kind of worked out after the big old fight. This is good, man. This was good stuff, and again, this I got to tell you something. This SmackDown was a pretty damn good show. Moving forward, in my humble opinion, what did you think overall, really quickly, before we jump into the rest of the show?
Well, I would say, you know, awesome segment, great personalities combined, like you said. You and I are both the same. We don't like over talking, so let's just leave it at that. You know, if it works, and they made it work.
And I jumped the gun. There was no RKO out of nowhere during the whole brawl, but during the match itself, Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy. It was basically it was Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy versus The Miz and Shelton Benjamin. It was a standard tag team match between the two, but we have let me see what we got here. We have The Miz and Benjamin before hitting Shelton with the RKO. He followed up by tagging in Hardy so he could hit the Swanton Bomb, and he gets the pin on Mr. Shelton Benjamin. But then, after Jeff Hardy's music hits, then we get the RKO out of nowhere and a huge pop from the crowd. I didn't see that one coming, or did I? I think I knew it might come. Dude, Randy Orton, you know, it's funny because, you know, some people, they talk about Randy Orton being stale and Randy Orton being terrible on the mic. I've always liked Randy Orton. I thought Randy Orton had this certain aura about him, man. I like him more as he's gotten older. You know, I like the fact that you go on the internet, you see just pictures of him behind the arena, just smoking a cigarette and just being a man's man. Not that smoking makes you a man's man. I'm just saying he can pull it off. And he's just I've read about his story. I've seen a whole bunch of stuff about him, and the guy is just that guy's a future Hall of Famer. In and out, multi-time, what was like 14-time world champion or something like that. Just great, man. Maybe not 14. I don't know. He's up there though. I think Randy Orton is just absolutely phenomenal. Jeff Hardy is solid, but eventually, I think that United States title will eventually go to Randy Orton as we move forward, going back and forth, hot potatoing that title. Anything you want to talk about before we move on to the beautiful Iconics?
I just want to add in there, I hope they don't hot potato it. Let's get some stability behind that title. But I do want to bring up one thing about Randy Orton. People don't really realize this. If you go to any house show, any live event, if it's in New York where you're at Big Ray, if it's here in Ohio where I'm at, or even you go see Jargo over in Iowa, Randy Orton is over like crazy.
Oh,
the
yeah.
WWE Universe loves him. And there's some people out there like, oh, you know, us Sparks or, you know, us insiders running, oh, Nakamura, this, blah, 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 this. They don't even know who he is. They love Randy Orton. Randy Orton is over like crazy. If you have a happy Randy Orton working great programs, your product is going to be so much better.
I agree with you 1,000%. And I don't know why, if anyone hates Randy Orton, why they would. Randy Orton is a quintessential WWE superstar. The guy has the look, the size. He's a good in-ring worker. The guy works. He sells well. He's a good bad guy. He's a good guy. He can do it all, man. Randy Orton is an absolute Hall of Famer, and I think this guy gets all the respect in the world. We have the Iconics, who every time they're on the TV screen, I can't stand up and walk around because I'd probably knock things over, if you know what I'm talking about, baby. They're backstage with Renee Young, and Carmella was supposed to be out there, but Peyton Royce did an impression of Renee. It was really cute, really funny. I think those girls, the Iconics, are just so over with character. They're not only beautiful, these girls can talk. These girls can they're not super great in the ring, but these girls have character. We speak about this all the time, Mr. Ric Vickery. You know, you get over with character, and if you're great in the ring, fantastic. Hulk Hogan was not the best in the ring. The guy got over with character. Okay, it's just the truth. Just what are your thought process of? Just give me your thoughts really quickly on the Iconics, and we can move on to what else is going on here, brother.
Well, I'm going to go, woo! But these girls, they have the wrong fight. They have picked the wrong fight because they are picking a fight with the best in the world. They're picking a fight with the best in the world. They're going to get exposed. They're going to get beat down. I wish these girls would have long, fruitful careers and flourish going forward. But you don't come out and pick with the top dog. Shar is going to take them down, expose them. That's all I got to say on that.
All right, allegedly. Okay, we got the Bar backstage. They're walking backstage and they're saying that they are now official Smackdown superstars. They even had 2 pieces of paper. I guess those are contracts or whatever. Who do we have here? Well, of course, it's the New Day, and they take their pancakes and they throw them around, and I can't get into this whole pancake BS, brother. I don't even want to really talk about this much. Is there anything you want to talk about this stupid segment, this horrible, stupid segment with pancakes that are extremely dangerous to leave around the ring? The fact that these guys keep throwing pancakes around the ring, somebody's gonna break their ankle, break their knee, freaking get a concussion. It just angers me, dude. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I guess we got a little good news today. You and I we're already starting to plan SummerSlam weekend. A great meeting for everyone here with the Hot Media Group. So we're not going to be serving pancakes.
No freaking pancakes at Fame Block's house. I'm just telling you that right now. Anyway,
just show up at Fame's house. Just show them that Big Ray RBV sent you over there. A pancake special.
Now, again, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you know, this gentleman is standing outside, so he may break up every now. But your video has been awesome. I'm just letting you know, just in case, you know, the fans are like, what's going on? Just give the guy a break, all right? The guy's talking from outside in front of Lake Erie, all right? It's amazing that he even has a reception. But apparently, Fame Black may have a few big booty, but anyway. So let's move on here. So this was interesting. This is absolutely interesting. We cut to Rusev and Aiden English backstage. Aiden English, he walks off, and then Lana comes on. And Lana looked fantastic. Oh my God, Lana, she's so beautiful. But anyway, and Lana basically says that she was concerned about Rusev, and something is holding Rusev back. What could this be? What could be holding Rusev back? Is it vodka? No, not drink vodka. Maybe he'll lay down tonight and lay on pillow and think about it. No, not this. Aiden English comes back and she kind of nods head like, it's this guy. Is there going to be a fallout between Aiden English and Rusev? Now, if there is, how long after they have this feud do you think Aiden English stays on the WWE roster or gets released? Because I got to be honest with you, brother. Aiden English, nice guy, good hand, but I think this is the swan song for Aiden English, if you know what I mean, brother. This is what I feel, but please give me your thoughts, sir.
I'm going to go the other way. I think this is a huge mistake. I think Lana coming back in the picture is the stake. You know, that's the death wish.
Really?
Aiden is a guy that has complimented him. He has been there. He is getting that over. Those guys work together. They work well together. They've got this act over. I think bringing Lana in here, I would love to see them all come together in some way. But ultimately, I don't think we need Lana. We don't need the sex appeal. Let's just stay with what we got.
You know, I disagree with you, man. I think for Rusev to go to that next level, he needs Lana in character. By the way, I gotta tell you something that really pissed me off. Can we talk here for a minute, just you and me, brother?
No, it's just me and you, man. There's no one around.
A couple of hundred people drinking. But listen, so I'm watching Raw, right? And this segment just pretty much happened. So I get an alert on my Instagram that Lana is live. And this literally happened like about 5-10 minutes after this segment. Lana is on Instagram. No Russian accent. Chatting it up and joking around with Renee Young. I don't know why this angered me. I even kept messaging, kayfabe. I don't think they get it, man, and that's the only problem I have with it.
I think it's to a point. She doesn't understand this business.
Hold on, Rick. You broke up a little bit. Please say you saying she didn't understand this business.
No, I don't think she understands the business. I don't think she understands what really makes it work here. And a lot of these like upcomers here, you know, they think it's we're characters on television. No, if you're really going to sell it, you commit to it.
I agree.
You know, you and I have personalities on our shows here. I mean, this isn't us 100%. We have a little bit of character in us.
You have no idea, brother. I'm sorry,
we have a little bit of character in us. We have a little bit of character in us. You know, that's what we do.
Did somebody just walk behind you and steal your wallet?
Yeah. Some drunk asshole just walked behind me here. Oh, no, some drunk. I'm sorry. We're on one. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm sure he's quite the asshole. But go ahead, please. But
you know, but we're talking about here. You know, they just don't get it. You know, we all got our characters that we bring forward, and we kind of try to illuminate a little bit more. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. I mean, it's our selling point.
Hey, Rick, do you want to go just beat the hell out of this guy really quickly and then come back? We can always edit this out.
Nah, he went back inside. Now he's mad.
Very cool. Listen, do me a favor, brother. If you need me, bro, I will jump on a plane and head over to Ohio and take care of your light work.
Hey, you know, it's not even light work, bro. I wouldn't even bother you with that.
Even technically, you know, I'm 6'1", maybe a little over 6'1", but you got me. You're bigger than me, brother. So you know, maybe you can.
Well, I'm gonna say, well, you know, we're talking about all the circle we run in. How big's Ben? Is he 6'4"?
He's your. See, Ben. When Ben met me, Ben
I know you guys have met. I'm just trying to measure everyone up here.
Okay.
I think I'm one of the bigger ones. How big is Steve King?
Well, hold on. Let me just explain something to you first. When Ben first met me, okay, Ben was shocked because I look bigger than 6'1", because you got to see these shoulders, these guns. I mean, I'm a big dude. Now, I guess that, all right. Now Steve King is just a massive, he's not tall this way, but he's a massive man.
I was going to say with Steve, man, he just looks like he's like a boulder.
Oh, God, this guy's a freaking tree. If you don't know who we're talking about the Strangler, Steve King. Give him a follow on Twitter at, what is it, at Strangler Steve?
I believe so.
Yeah, Strangler Steve. This guy worked in every organization. He's worked for great. He helped run 2CW, and this guy worked WWE. He worked everywhere. This guy's great. He's on the Hami Media discussion, Hami Media platform with us. He is amazing. Stevie Richards, Greek God Papadon. Hey, did you see Muhammad Hassan making the huge comeback? Oh, he made the huge comeback.
I loved it, man. That was great. I'm expecting a follow up. You know, he's got some beef now with the Horsemen.
Does he though?
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay. I wonder what's happening there. You know, and I love Papadon, man. He gave it his best effort, but he was shocked.
Greek God Papadon, our boy, our friend, Greek God Papadon. But he got, Muhammad Hassan. And by the way, Muhammad Hassan looked fantastic. He looked really good physically. The guy looked great. He's only 36 years old. You can wrestle another 10 years, brother, and put in some great work.
God, he looked phenomenal.
All right, let's fast forward through this, brother. What else we got here? We got Big Kaz. He comes into the ring. I thought he cut a pretty good promo. Why don't you break this down for us, brother?
Well, I'm going to go down. Last week he came out and gave a solid reintroduction to himself. I really think he's doing a tremendous job reestablishing himself. He's giving you the new character. He's kind of erasing what we know from Big Cass with, thinking about Carmella and Enzo and all that. He is, to me, he's like the new Empire State Building. He's measuring himself right now, reestablishing himself.
I got to tell you something. There is a rumor out there that Big Cass wrote a lot of the famous Enzo Amore lines, and Enzo just regurgitated them.
I could see that,
and I can see that too. Hey man, Big Cass showing a ton of what's the word? Character, showing a ton of character, and he's got the size. This is a guy that I don't know, man. The only thing is that maybe it's just me, but he really does look like if Edge and freaking what's his name oh God, the guy Test had a baby. He looks like I don't know. He looks so much like Test.
So like you think he's like a test tube baby?
I guess you could put it that way. Anyway, hashtag test tube.
Dude, he just reminds me. He just reminds me of you New Yorkers.
New Yorkers, Please say that correctly. New Yorkers. Yes.
I know. I got there. Us eat like cornbread. Fat ass over here in Ohio.
Oh, you don't have do you have a fat ass? Sorry, maybe you do. Listen.
No, but we do eat cornbread. We love it.
I love cornbread, dude. But listen, let's this was a cool segment. You think Danny O'Brien's coming to the ring and he has a little person, or as us wrestling fans know them, a midget, comes to the ring dressed as Danny O'Brien, which is pretty funny. He attacks Big Cass, whatever, and Big Cass just takes the guy, hits the little person with a freaking big boot, then proceeds to beat the living hell out of the little person, which I thought was awesome. Even the rabid Canadian fans, the rabid Montreal, Quebec, Canada fans had to boo this guy. This was great heel heat. Money, dollar signs all over the place with this kid, man. And I'm talking about Big Cass. Good stuff from him, my friend.
Well, I'm going to say, the local talent represented over both nights, even going back real quick to Monday Night Raw. I really enjoyed the work from the two enhancements on Monday, too. And then right here, this was just some classic entertainment.
What about AJ Styles coming out? Renee Young interviewing AJ Styles. Samoa Joe coming out. Speaking about cutting promos. My God, Samoa Joe. By the way, did you get the TNA chants?
Yes, I did. You know what? And you're talking about if you want to pop over these last couple of days, Big Ray, I know you've been there from day one with Impact, TNA, whatever. Dude, I popped like crazy when I saw this.
I did. I thought it was pretty cool, man. You get the TNA. But anyway, listen. Samoa Joe calls out Styles for losing focus. He says that he should be focused on Joe beating up Reigns and proving that he's a failure. I'm sorry. He says that okay, yes, that's exactly what he said. He says that referees might apologize. By the way, I'm glad I put this down. Is something going on with the referees? Do you notice that there's a kind of a thing happening? The referees are making a lot of mistakes, Ric Vickery, and I don't know. I see something developing out of this. I don't know what it could be. Would there be a referee strike? Maybe they get micromanaged to a point that they all quit. Is there a storyline building towards these referees not doing their job properly because of the whole Roman Reigns? Hold on, the whole Roman Reigns missing the call, that Roman Reigns' feet touched first, and then we have this going on. There's a lot of stuff going on, and the referees are getting a lot of the focus. And in the world of professional wrestling, what I've learned is that referees should not be a main focal point unless they're part of the actual part of the storyline. But these guys are becoming part of the storyline, brother. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, we've seen this before. There was a couple years ago where I think Coach was even like the spokesman or the representative for the referees union years back before he left for ESPN on that.
They have a
gone
union
down this route. Well, no, that was what they were trying to do back then.
Oh.
So I don't know if it really is relevant. I don't really know if you want to start pointing out that your authority figures are making mistakes here. I hope they're not going down that route. I think they're just trying to cover their butt because they made a huge mistake over in Saudi Arabia. Something went down that they didn't really foresee. We all exposed it. Anyone can see it. I'm just picturing the wire ties coming off the cage. I mean, that was the biggest thing. I was very surprised that they actually had a referee come out and make a statement on this thing.
Yeah.
And then kind of Roman no-sells it. I don't know where this is. I'm not a big fan of this thing. I don't think it's the right direction. They should have just stuck through. Because even if you or I, if we're running a pass route and we catch a ball and we fall on our back and we slide 5 bounce, our feet never touch it, it's still a catch. That's your easy out.
You broke up a little bit. You said that you fall out of the cage and what?
Well, they fell in the cage, and even if Brock, his feet didn't touch, it's like if you and I are running a 10-yard out,
right,
and we catch it 5 yards in.
Football talk, by the way, guys. Go ahead.
Right. We're doing a little American football here, guys. But your body carries you. If our backs hit, we're still in bounds.
Yeah.
They could explain it that way. I don't know what the direction they're going here. I'm not really a big fan of it.
They could just call it the first person out of the ring. I don't know. But it has to be the first feet that touch the ground. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, they're making this big thing, the person whose 2 feet touch the ground. Well, what about Colin Delaney? That guy should never lose a battle royal match.
What about what's his name? What's Gimmick Jones with the one leg? They used to hop around.
That's what I'm talking about. Isn't that the kid with one leg?
No, not Colin. Is it Colin Delaney? No, I'm talking about something.
Oh yes, Zach something.
Zach. You know what, dude?
I am wrong here. I apologize to all of our great listeners out there that everyone's seen me here at one wrestling video. I am wrong here. No, you're right. It's Zach Gowen.
Zach Gowen. Good
yes.
for you. Very good. I had to Google it right now. Use a Google machine, but didn't come up. But I said one-legged wrestler, and it sent me to some site that I can't really discuss here. Anyway, with 3 legs. So. All right, so we have Nakamura who comes up, which was great. By the way, Samoa Joe, this guy's just phenomenal. He's phenomenal. And so is AJ Styles. But Samoa Joe just cutting the most believable promos, and you can believe that. But listen, man, Nakamura's music hits. Samoa Joe turns around to fight Nakamura. He does a whole, British, I'm going to beat your butt. And no, man, Shinsuke comes up, and I got to tell you something. We're going to have to do something here. We're going to have to maybe reach out to AJ Styles' wife. And I'm going to say this with all due respect, because she must be absolutely infuriated with the fact that her husband keeps getting nut shot after nut shot after nut shot after. This has to affect a man's, let's just say, vigor. I mean, cheese and crackers, dude. This dude has gotten more nut shots. I think Nakamura has found his niche, not just hitting people in the nuts, but just being a piece of crap. I love piece of crap Nakamura. Your thoughts, my friend?
Well, he brings back these are the shades of chaos from New Japan that we want to see from him. You've always talked about it. I talk about it. Everyone thinks, everyone loves the dancing and the artist. He is a villain at heart.
Oh,
this is what he is. So here's one other thing, though. We're talking about the crotch shots, the up and downs. One thing I always love about New Japan, after big bouts, they have the trainers come in and they offer you an ice bag. The ice pack?
Sure.
I think they should do that to AJ Styles now. Every time he gets the crop shot, someone come in and offer him an ice bag.
Just have one on standby, just in case.
Yeah, just the AJ cooler or something like that.
Absolutely, man. I mean, the guy needs something, because I got to tell you something. I've been hit down there a couple of times. I used to play baseball, and I play in this league called OLS, and that's actually one of the top leagues run by Felix Myung, a former MLB player. And I played some good people, man. And I remember one time I was at bat. I used to be a catcher and right fielder. I used to play some first base, but I'm right-handed. Long story short, Ric Vickery. I remember I was standing at the plate, and I was facing this young kid. He's an Asian kid. He used to pitch in the neighborhood, but this kid had an amazing fastball. So I'm waiting on a curveball, okay, and I see the fastball coming in slow motion. It's a fastball, but this thing goes, and I try to turn away, lean back, and hits me right on the cup. Man, every time I see AJ Styles takes that hit, brother, I blacked out. I literally blacked out, Ric Vickery. I blacked the hell out. I've never been so hit. I felt like I had to poop my pants and throw up at the same time. So I can only imagine what AJ Styles is going through, and this is on a weekly basis, the poor guy. But I love jerk off and Shinsuke Nakamura. I think he's absolutely fantastic. Let's move on, brother. Becky Lynch backstage. This was a weird segment. Asuka's backstage. Asuka has become, in my humble opinion, just an absolute joke. Cutting weird, funny, jokey promos. She shouldn't be doing this. She lost her match. And was it you that said it? Was it Jargo that said it? Was it Ben Hameen that said it? I would love to know who said it. But whoever said it said it right. That Asuka is just another freaking chick on the roster. Go ahead, buddy.
Thank you for putting me in great company there with Jarko and the great Ben Hameen, because I think we were all on that kind of mindset. The biggest problem here that you have with Asuka is letting her fall into 50-50 booking. Just because she lost her streak doesn't mean she's done, because she can still bring things to the table, but now they don't know what to do with her. She is just kind of falling into the deck, which is this, like you're talking about this segment here, it really did nothing. If anything, it kind of overexposed her and made her laughable.
It was silly, dude. It was so silly. What was she even talking about? I don't know. This just really upset me, dude. Yeah, and you don't have to mute your mic anymore, brother. There's not too much noise behind you, so we're good to go. But yeah, man, it was just absolutely silly. You know what was silly? The fact that Xavier Woods beat Sheamus. I couldn't believe that. He won with a roll-up victory, but it got a huge pop from the crowd. Xavier Woods is really good, but let's be real, man. In the shoot, do you see Xavier Woods really having a shot against a guy like Sheamus? I'm just saying.
If you're talking shoot, I don't think there's many guys on the roster that are going to take down the bar.
No,
those guys are two pretty bad dudes, man.
They are two pretty bad dudes. But please,
well,
proceed.
I would say maybe me and you. After SummerSlam, after a couple cold ones, maybe we could hang with them for a minute.
Let me tell you something. People that don't know who I am, all right? I've been beating ass since I was about 6 years old. My father did train me, and a gentleman by the name of Al Gavin. I did box, even though my face is very pretty. My nose is very very straight. My nose does do something very weird. If you push it in a certain way, I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can't probably hear the click. It clicks because it kind of got like a little. I got smashed really good when I was young during one of the matches.
Well, yeah, I'm actually going to say mine's a little crooked because it was from a fight. I got hit with a brick.
Well, you look very handsome, sir. So you
we brought it back.
It is what it is, my friend. Listen, man. Xavier Woods goes over Sheamus. Hey, you know what? Not believable, but cool. The crowd seemed to absolutely love it. What else we got here? Absolution. Becky Lynch backstage. Cut a promo on So Paige is kind of shunning her old crew. Anything you want to say about that, or we could just move on?
Well, I think it's move on from it, but she's laying down the law.
Yeah, I guess so, and I appreciate that, and I respect that. You know, it is what it is. What else we got? Blah, blah, blah. They run a promo backstage with your boy Andrade Cien Almas. Looking forward to that, and the beautiful Selena, or Zelina, not Selena, Zelina, because she has extra spice. Sorry, dude, I cannot wait for this guy to get on this roster, man. I think this guy is an absolute star. I hope they don't Bobby Lashley him. Your thoughts?
Well, I'm wondering here. Yeah, to me, I'm a huge fan of his. I think the sky is the limit with him. But Jargo, he thinks that he's already dead in the water. I don't completely understand it. Where do you see him really? Where should he jump in here, Big Ray?
Wow, that's a great question. I think you put him in the ring with a couple of. I mean, you put him in. I think the first couple of weeks, the first 2 or 3 weeks, you put him in a couple of ring. You put him in the ring with some enhancement talents. Maybe a guy like Zack Ryder, a guy like what's it? Face the Facts. I forgot his name off the top of my head. Have him beat those guys maybe on week 3 and week 4. So week 1, week 2, have him with a couple of enhancement talents. Week 3, put him in the ring with a guy like Face the Facts, and then Zack Ryder. Week 5, you continue building him. This guy is gonna have some tremendous, amazing matches moving forward. And Zelina is just so beautiful, so amazing. She is really good. I forgot her name on the Indies. Gosh darn it! Do you remember her name on the Indies?
Well, she was in Impact. Was she? Man, now you mentioned that, yeah.
Thea Trinidad. I'm sorry,
Yep,
Thea
yes.
Trinidad. This girl can work. I've seen her live. I've been to indie events in New York and Queens, and also New Jersey. She is not only as beautiful as she looks on television, she is just vicious. That girl can work. So eventually, I think she's gonna do her own thing in the women's division. But
No, I have to say, why work when you're just as good at doing your character work? You know, we come from that background where, you know, our great pros tell us character. That's where she's getting over here. Let me ask you, would you be mad if they somehow thrust him into this U.S. title picture?
no, not at all. And I would love them to put that title on him. I think there's money in that guy. The guy has everything, man. He was a borderline legend in Mexico. People that don't know who he is, this guy is just fantastic. He wrestled under a hood or a mask, as some of the marks might know him. Long story short, this guy just has money. His manager is money. His in-ring work is money. But here's a problem, Ric Vickery. We're talking about WWE writers, not the people running NXT.
It's hard to have faith in them.
Anyway, that's the understatement of the freaking year, my friend. So anyway, let's jump into the main event of the evening. We're running this down, ladies and gentlemen. Charlotte, or as I should say, your precious Char, and Becky Lynch and Asuka versus Carmella and the Iconics. I gotta tell you something. Your girl Char stole this match. Oh, what a beautiful! She does one of the most beautiful moonsaults since, even though he never hit it. I think Kurt Angle did one of the best moonsaults in the world. But what a freaking match, man! She was able to have Peyton Royce actually. Peyton Royce tapped out to the Asuka lock, so Asuka actually gets the win here. But the star of this match was absolutely unequivocally Charlotte Flair. Dude, tell me about this match. Break this down, brother.
Well, I'm going to ask you right here. Is there any surprise? You know, she is just not the greatest female wrestler on the planet. She is the greatest superstar on the planet. Every time she goes out there, she brings the A game. She elevates everyone. You know, she is the perfect blend of athleticism, beauty, and talent. Everything about her is just over the top amazing. All right, but I'm sorry. I'm going to stop showing my stuff here. No, I actually enjoyed this match. You know, it was really good. It told a great story, and I think usually when you see a 6-woman tag, you kind of just, oh man, this again. But this one kind of moves stories going forward.
Agree. It was the main event of the evening, and I thought this match, you know, maybe the Braun Strowman, whoever he was, what was he in the match? Roman Reigns, and that could have been the main event. That match was really over, but this match, I thought they booked this match very, very well. Really good stuff. And I got to tell you something, the Iconics and Carmella really did well with character, man. I mean, they were just so much fun to watch during this match. The Iconics are, oh my God, those girls are money. Those girls are so freaking good at what they do. They're not, again, 5-star in-ring competitors, but those girls are 10-star when it comes to money makers. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, we're talking about sports entertainment, and I don't think it's so much the Iconics. I want to give a little praise to Carmella. I think she is hitting on every mark.
She's getting better. She's getting a hell of a lot better, Rick.
Head on over to hittingmarks.podbean.com to check out Jargon on the Hitting Marks. She is hitting the mark. Her character work is great. She knows how to play it up. She is working herself there.
Oh, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Listen, man. All in all, this was a damn good show. And you know what? 2 nights in a row, I thought they were really solid shows. The fans, the audience, the fans were really hot. Montreal, I give you a hand clap. You guys were super fun to watch on TV. You made my wrestling experience watching on TV a good one. I'm very interested to see what Ben Hameen and the boys have to say about it on the locker room. Actually, no, it's going to be Billy Ray Valentine, the Andrew Bello, and Strangler Steve King on the locker room. So depending on when you're watching this video, look out for it Wednesday morning around that time. What's up, Rick?
I was going to say, we got the trio back in town, right?
Oh,
we're all going to be there?
Yeah, apparently. Listen, man, I got to tell you something, man. Strangler Steve is just the man. Did you see that awesome picture with him with the giant cigar? How cool is he, man? Sorry. Just had to put that out there.
The guy, you know what's kind of amazing? We've been at this great adventure through all these platforms. You know, Big Ray. Thank you for everything, everything we've done. Me and you, like you brought me to the adult table. You brought me to this big show, man. You gave me this platform.
Stop it.
You're letting me run. But hilarious today, I actually had a personal conversation with Strangler Steve. That's the first time I have ever actually spoken to him one-on-one this afternoon. Me and him talk. An amazing individual, simply amazing. He is someone on our platform. He is like that. He is that treasure that sets us to a different level from any other platform where you're listening for wrestling podcasts, conspiracy podcasts, it's just any kind of entertainment. Strangler Steve is one of those guys that separates us from the pack.
You know what's funny about Strangler Steve? Originally, and I'll stooge this off because we've talked about this a bunch of times. Originally, he didn't want to. He didn't think he had the time or the the fortitude to push himself and to watch wrestling and to do these. He just has such a great time. And listen. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are watching this, there was a cool video that Bill Apter just put out. It's a very rare video, and Bill Apter is going to be putting a lot of rare videos up that we have in the archives here at One Wrestling. But Bill put this cool video up that not too many people have seen. It's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat talking Macho Man Randy Savage. Not cutting a promo, talking Macho Man Randy Savage. You guys got to check it out, so head over to One Wrestling Video. Check that out. Hey, Rick, please tell us, and I'd like to steal this from you, brother. Where can the stalkers find you, sir?
Well, you can find me across all social media at The Real RBV. Of course, I like to invite anyone out there listening to us to head on over to Facebook and just do the little search thing. Go to the little search, look up the Hameen Media Discussion Group, tickle that like button. One of our great admins are going to let you in. We got so many great minds over there talking about everything that's going on in professional wrestling. And I feel like I need to plug this here. You know, I'm very proud this week. I am all in. The Hitting Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast, Michael Jarger and myself, we've just got accepted. We've got the access. We're going to be on press row for All In, so I want everyone to follow us over there.
Are you serious?
You know it, brother. We are all in.
Wow, that is amazing. I didn't see. I saw something about that, but I had no idea what the hell you guys were talking about. Because apparently, listen, here's the deal. Here's what's going on. All right, I'm gonna stooge this off. Okay. Apparently, all right. I don't know if you know. I've just become newly single. And I have all these beautiful women coming at me from all over the place. So I was just getting message after message after message after message. You know, as soon as you put that whole single status on Facebook, it just doesn't stop. Ladies, back the hell off, all right? Please. All right, right now I'm just focusing on my body, just trying to make myself as beautiful and as Greek god as possible. Nah, I'm not even close, brother. It's pretty pathetic. But listen, I got to tell you, man, I was busy all freaking day today, running around doing a whole bunch of stuff, but I did see that. Congratulations for that. That is going to be awesome, brother. Awesome.
We're gonna be right there. You know, we've got it's gonna be a long day, but we got access to all the great stars. Going to be at all in. We're going to be representing all the brands that we represent, all the platforms. You know, Position, Hitting Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast. And then hopefully, we're going to have a little bit of representation for right here for One Wrestling Video.
Oh, that'll be great if you can do something for us, man. I would love to have you and Jargo do a little special video presentation of what you guys actually saw. But I wasn't kidding about all the women hitting me up. It was ridiculous today. Listen, guys, ladies and gentlemen, you can hit me up at Big Ray Show. You can slide into my DMs on Instagram, also at Big Ray Show, and that's only for the females. And again, ladies and gentlemen, you can find us here at One Wrestling Video, OneWrestling.com. Go to Facebook. Head over to Facebook, man. You can find me on Facebook at Raymond Big Ray Hernandez. Or you can find One Wrestling at One Wrestling, Bill After at After One Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, I always say this. Ric Vickery, I always say this. I would do this for a living, but if I couldn't, I'd do it anyway. Why? Because I love you, and I love talking wrestling. Ric Vickery, would you like to say goodbye to the fans before I sign off?
Everything. I just want everyone out there to know, thank you for all the views, the downloads, whatever. Everyone knows I love Shar Shar. I just want everyone out there to know that they actually are my Shar Shars.
Listen, let me tell you something. If anybody has a connection with Shar Shar, please hook her up with this gentleman. Forget about if she's dating anybody. Doesn't matter, okay? I'm telling you, this is the man for the mighty, the beautiful, the enigmatic Charlotte Flair. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, in the words of Bill After, we'll see you at the matches. And in the words of my brother, Bill Schuyler in heaven, we'll see you down the road. Ladies and gentlemen, look out. I got to talk to Rick off air. We're going to see if we're going to do this either together or maybe I do it by myself. But look out for a review, well, not review, a preview and predictions of this week's Backlash. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Ray signing off here at OneWrestling.com. Hey, Rick.
Yes, sir.
You're one handsome son of a bitch, I got to tell you.
And I'm having a great hair day.
Great hair day. Bye, guys.
I'm having a great hair day.
More than great hair day. You're having a great face day, my friend.